the Township Committee, July 20th, 2020. The notice requirements provided before in the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied. Notice of this meeting was properly given by transmission to the Star Ledger of the Independent and in 2 different times, and by posting at the Middletown Township Municipal Building, and filing with the Township Clerk, all on January 9, 2020. Committeeman Hybel.
Here.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Here.
Committeewoman Snow.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Fiore.
Deputy Mayor Fiore is here. Here's.
It's muted. Deputy Mayor Fiore.
Yeah. Here. You had me muted.
Sorry. Mayor Perry.
Here.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I'd like to ask for a moment of silence to honor the troops serving worldwide, defending our constitutions, freedoms, and way of life. Thank you. Our first item on tonight's agenda, we have approval of minutes for June 15, 2020.
Motion to approve the minutes. Second.
Committeeman Hybel.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Committeewoman Snow.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fiore.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to approve minutes. At this time, we have introduction of proposed ordinances. Our first introduction is 2020-3290, bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $3,671,500 for various capital improvements by and for the Township of Middletown and the County of Monmouth, New Jersey, and authorizing the issuance of $3,201,975 in bonds or notes of the Township for financing part of the appropriation.
Motion to approve. Motion to introduce, I'm sorry. Second.
Committeeman Hybel.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino. Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Committeewoman Snow.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fiore.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to introduce this ordinance on first reading with a public hearing to be held August 17, 2020. Our next ordinance for introduction, 2020-3291, an ordinance amending speed limit for Main Street for Monmouth.
Motion to introduce. Second.
Committeeman Hybel.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Committeewoman Snow.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fiore.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on first reading with a public hearing to be held August 17, 2020. Our next ordinance for introduction, 2020-3292, an ordinance amending section 84-10 of the Code of the Township of Middletown governing special duty assignments for police officers.
Motion to introduce.
Second.
Committeeman Hybel.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Committeewoman Snow.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fiore.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on first reading with a public hearing to be held August 17, 2020. Our next ordinance for introduction, 2020-3293, an ordinance amending Middletown Department of Recreation preschool program fees.
Motion to introduce.
Second.
Committeeman Hybel.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Committeewoman Snow.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fiore.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on first reading with a public hearing to be held August 17, 2020. Our next ordinance for introduction, 2020-3294, the 2020 salary ordinance.
Motion to introduce. Second.
Committeeman Hybel.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Committeewoman Snow.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fiore.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to approve this ordinance on first reading with a public hearing to be held August 17th, 2020. And our final ordinance for introduction, 2020-3295, an ordinance amending fees in the code of the Township of Middletown for the inspections department.
Motion to introduce.
Second.
Committeeman Hybel.
Yes.
Sam Marino.
yes,
Committeewoman Snow.
yes,
Deputy Mayor Fiore.
yes,
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on first reading with a public hearing to be held August 17th, 2020. At this time, we have a consent agenda, which would include resolutions 20-151 through 20-172, and including bingo and raffle applications, and removing 20-173 for
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
second,
Committeeman Hybel.
Yes.
Committeeman Semperino.
yes,
Committeewoman Snow.
yes,
Deputy Mayor Fiore.
yes,
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt consent agenda. At this time, we have resolution 20-173, a resolution authorizing voter proposition to increase the annual collection rate to the Middletown Open Space Recreation Floodplain Protection and Farmland Historic Preservation Trust Fund.
Motion to approve.
second,
Committeeman Sedambrino.
yes,
Committeewoman Smith.
yes,
Deputy Mayor Fiore.
yes,
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt 20-173.
Heidi, before we move on, I'm going to, Mr. Nelson, members of the committee, I'd like to make a motion for an emergency resolution, which would call for the closure of Middletown's beaches to close operation as of 8 p.m.
second,
Ms. Fiore.
Yep. Committeeman Hybel.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
yes,
Committeewoman Snow.
yes,
Deputy Mayor Fiore.
yes,
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Probably you want to say something?
I was just gonna say this will be memorialized.
Oh, okay. Got
You already voted.
it. Got it.
At this time, we have Township Committee comments.
All right. Committeewoman Snell.
thank you, Mayor. I'll be short. It gives me great pleasure that this Township Committee has seen to do right by our town's children, our residents, and the seniors. We're putting money into assisting with daycare for children. We're assisting with rehab on houses, and we are assisting seniors. And it gives me great pleasure, and I'm proud to be part of it. And I'm just really grateful that we're in a position to be able to do that. So thank you.
All right. Thank you, Committeeman Snell. Committeeman Hybel.
Thank you, Mayor. It's a good past week here. I just was excited to announce the groundbreaking for Normandy Park. It's been a place that I spent a lot of time when I was a kid playing, and I look forward to the new improvements being made there. So thank you for everyone that's been involved in that. I also want to just, again, I know we do it a lot, but we, all of our people working here, I know every day is a difficult day or a difficult time. But you know, our managers, running the departments, I know it's, you guys are getting a lot more stuff than you're used to. So I know I get it. So I know you guys are getting it. So great job. Our volunteers, they're doing it every day, and they've been doing it for a while now, and they keep on doing it. So thank you to them and everyone else here. God bless everyone. Thanks.
Thank you. Committeeman Sedambrino.
thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to echo the comments of Committeewoman Snell and Hybel. I also attended the groundbreaking Normandy Field as well. Much needed improvement to the township and to the area residents there. The second item, I would implore our governor, since he has not reopened indoor dining, that is causing tremendous pain to our local businesses, continued pain that doesn't need to happen, given the severe reduction in COVID-19 cases in Middletown and in Monmouth County. If he is listening to the governing body in his own town, he should re-examine the impact on small businesses, especially those in Middletown and Monmouth County. And it's unfortunate that they were scheduled to open indoor dining 2 weeks ago, I believe, and then the governor changed course within a matter of days prior to that. So we need to keep moving ahead, continue to reopen businesses, continue to restart sections of our economy here in Middletown County and in the state. And I would certainly implore him to do that. But the Township of Middletown is here with you to work with you as much as possible, move things ahead as best we can. That's all I have for this evening, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor. Apologize for a little bit of a video issue here I'm having tonight, but glad to see you all. Sorry I couldn't be live on location this evening. But and thank you, Mayor, for actually taking the voice of the rest of your colleagues with respect to the beach closure, which I know makes a lot of sense. You could have done what seems to be the cool thing of the day, which is just do an executive order. But appreciate giving us all a voice on that, which is what should be done at all levels of government. So I echo what my colleagues say. It was really a great moment last week to break ground on Normandy Park renovations there. And, you know, again, it's something that we've been working on for at least a decade now. It is a capital, this is the culmination of a long-term capital project that started in 2010 to enhance our recreational inventory for our youth and those who participate in our youth activities. So I thank this committee and many committees in the past for their perseverance in getting that done. I also, you know, today we voted on a resolution regarding, you know, open space and, you know, the open space potential question of open space trust fund. And I think that is a very important thing. It's been a great tool for many township committees prior to my service, and hopefully will be a great tool to many township committees of the future. So I really hope that when that question is posed to taxpayers, that they will see, you know, all the great things that open space do to prevent overdevelopment and to help rehabilitate certain things that make the property values not only higher in this town, but also add to the tremendous quality of life that we all share. So with that, I'll keep my comments brief, Mayor. I thank you all for everything and everything you're doing there tonight. So thank you.
Thank you. I will be as quick as possible here, but I do want to thank the Deputy Mayor for his leadership on the Normandy Park improvements. That will be a much needed upgrade to Normandy Park. I'm thrilled to have been able to take part and see that project get off the ground. I'm looking forward to reopening in September, mid-September. We hope that will be done, which is a very fast turnaround. And I look forward to being there and seeing the beautiful, brand new, state-of-the-art Normandy Park. So I want to really thank the Deputy Mayor for his leadership when it came to a lot of the decision-making that had to be done over at Normandy Park. And absolute kudos to him, and I appreciate that very much. I want to talk quickly, and I want to recognize two outstanding individuals in the community. Normally, we would have you fine young ladies sitting in front of us, but I received a letter from Eileen Higgins, who's the Chief Executive Officer of the Girl Scouts of the Jersey Shore, and I just want to congratulate and thank Anna Marie Cross and Adriana Poznansky. I'm sorry about that, but I tried as best as I could on that last name. But I want to thank both of you for going gold and earning the highest achievement award of the Girl Scouts. So congratulations to you both. I'm sure when the time is right and the time is appropriate, you, your families, and your troop will all get together and celebrate this incredible achievement. So I want to congratulate both of you. I want to thank the residents of Ideal Beach. Over the last few weeks, due to COVID, we have seen an influx in the number of folks from all over the country. I met some folks from Baltimore last night who came to our beautiful beaches here in Ideal Beach, but I want to thank the residents of Ideal Beach. Obviously, there was, with COVID, people are taking fewer vacations, going long distances, but also the restrictions that occur on certain beaches. Many of those folks have told me that they visit Sandy Hook normally, another great Middletown gem, but they have now come to Ideal Beach because of the restrictions. And over these last few weeks, I've talked with many of the residents, and the Township Committee, along with the Ideal Beach Community Association, is holding a meeting to discuss our future plans to address some of the issues that have come up. And I want to thank the entire Township Committee. I want to thank the administration for jumping at this and coming up with solutions incredibly quickly. Some are short-term that have already been implemented as of tonight, closing the beaches at 8 o'clock, which is a help, I know, to the residents of Bayside, Hudson, Ocean, Weehawken, from Bayside Parkway all the way down, I forgot Bray in there, all the way down to Port Monmouth Avenue. We have opened up the Tanya Keller Center's parking lot for folks to park in and walk. It's only a quick 2.5 block distance to Ideal Beach, but there's no question that we have beautiful beaches, and there is no question that they're not incredibly that they're not perfect for little kids due to the low waves and the proximity really of our beaches. But we really do have a gem, but we need to ensure that the residents of the surrounding community also have some control over there. So I want to thank the police. I want to thank the neighbors of Ideal Beach for their patience and their willingness to assist and be a part of the process. So I am very grateful for that, and I want to thank them. You know who you are, Jenny, Vinny. We've been talking every single day, and it's my pleasure to get to know you over these last few weeks and come up with the solutions. And I also want to thank the Ideal Beach Community Association. So the residents of Ideal Beach, if you like, and you're listening now, please come on down to the Tanya Keller Center on Thursday. The Ideal Beach Community Association's Facebook page, as well as Middletown's Facebook page, will both be simulcasting that. So if you feel a little going Facebook Live, so if you can't make it over to the Tanya Keller Center, please know that you can take a look at and follow along through those Facebook pages. So I want to thank you for that. Today, the resolution that we voted on today, 20-173, places a critically important ballot question on the November 2020 ballot, and that is to increase and help the Open Space Trust Fund. We all know that Middletown has only so much land, and this Township Committee, I want to thank for stepping up to the plate and putting it to the voters and giving them an ability and an opportunity to voice. And I will be the first person to say here, and I know I join all the other members of the Township Committee in saying you have 5 yes votes on this question. We need, and it is imperative for all of us to take a look and examine and know that there is space around town that we should and that we can work to preserve through buying development rights, purchasing property outright. These are all opportunities that we have. And this Township Committee has stepped up to the plate and has put it to the voters to decide whether or not they want us to take that course of action. And I'm so grateful that we will see this. And I can't wait to hit that yes button next to this ballot question because it is so critically important. I want to thank the Middletown Open Space Committee for their unanimous support when the Township Committee consulted with them prior to presenting this resolution tonight. I want to thank the members of the Middletown Environmental Commission who voiced their support. I want to thank their chair, Marty Donahue, who stepped up and he and I spoke and we put it to his members and many of his members came back with their support, and I look forward to gathering the support of others. But I also want to thank all the nonprofit organizations, New York, New Jersey Baykeepers Association, Clean Ocean Action that I've talked to and have spent time with over the last few weeks discussing this very issue, getting their input and coming to, and I hope soon to have their full endorsements as well. So I want to thank this Township Committee for stepping up to the plate and putting this to the voters. The last time this was on the ballot was 2002. 2002 was the last time this was put to the voters. And we need to be, and we should be known as the Township Committee that put this to the voters to ensure that we're saving all the open space we possibly can. So I want to thank you all very much. With that being said, I'll open it up for Township Committee comments. Before we get started, please note that we just ask that you state your first and last name for the record, as well as your address. When Heidi unmutes your line, you will hear 2 beeps, and I can never remember if it's 2 or 3. It's 2 beeps. If you hear 2 beeps, that means your line has been unmuted, and if you'd like to ask a question or make a comment, that would be your opportunity to do so. So with that being said, Heidi?
Would you like to make a comment?
No, thank you.
How you doing today, Allison?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Would you like to make a comment?
My name is Bernadette Bonamassa, 92 Stillwell Road. I have a question. My house faces Earl, and the weeds that are growing there are...
I'm sorry, Bernadette, before you ask your question, it seems like we're getting a little feedback. I'm not sure if that's on our end or your end. But before you go and ask your question, I just want to see if we can rectify this issue. Just bear with me for 1 second, okay?
No, sure.
Thank you. All right, go ahead, Bernadette. Thank you.
We seem to be inundated with weeds that are uncontrollable along Stillwell Road from Constitution, well, actually from Kings Highway East all the way down to the cemetery. Will we be getting the usual cutting this year? I know it's kind of tight.
Yeah, we have a side cutter. We usually do Stillwell. I'll find out what the schedule is.
We'll find out what the schedule is for you on the side cutting over there, and we'll get back to you on that with those dates. What's your address, Bernadette?
The weeds are, and also our roadway on Stillwell Road, while there's no school, they keep spending time repairing the road. I keep calling it in. I think it's 4 or 5 times. I think they have to repave it because it keeps getting damaged. We get trucks, and I've even seen buses coming down this road, which I was surprised.
What roadway was that again? Stillwell, okay.
Yeah, Stillwell, Kings Highway, Stillwell, up to where the cemetery is.
Yeah, I know exactly where you're at.
Right in front of my house, it seems to be, I don't know what's wrong with the roadway, but they keep repairing it, the poor guys, and it keeps breaking down.
Okay, we'll take a look into both of those issues. If you could just repeat your address for me one more time.
92 Stillwell Road
Great.
in Bernardo.
Great. We'll take a look at that and we'll get back to you on the schedule as to what you can expect.
I would appreciate it immensely. Thank you very much. You have a good
Absolutely. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.
Would you like to make a comment? Would you like to make a comment?
Try one more time.
Would you like to make a comment? Would you like to?
Hi. Yes, hi. My name is Jim McGinty. I live at 10 Meadow Way, the corner of Meadow Way and Dow Avenue in River Plaza. I'm across from the one of the unofficial entrances to Dutch Neck Park.
Yep. Yes, sir.
And I just want to say thank you for your help, the police's help. It's been better as far as parking cars coming around here. I'm home after 7 p.m. and Saturday afternoons and Sundays, so my neighbors may give you a different report, but from what I can see, it's been improved. From last month, there were cars started to park up Meadow Way towards Bruce Road. I mean, they started to spread out a little bit and not park right on the corner here. But lately, I haven't noticed all that many cars. There was a couple this weekend. There was 2 yesterday, 1 or 2 last week. A couple of weeks ago, there was somebody out there late at night, and then they were there from like 11, and they left about 1. Sometimes I fall asleep watching TV, and I get up late at night, and I notice that. Anyway, but lately, it's been better. So I do want to say thank you for the help. And I know, I'm sure you guys will be there for us if things get nuts. I mean, in the future. So, I think my neighbors can fill you in more, but thank you for a good job.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that, sir. And I know our police department and police chief has, I think they cut down that rope swing, I got to tell you. For kids that were learning that this place existed from TikTok, they certainly know how to tie a rope swing a couple times over and over again. I think
We took out the rope swing, and bulldozed the BMX track.
Oh, yeah. Well, the rope swing, I think we cut it down, and the next day it reappeared again, but we cut that one down again too. So eventually they get the message. But thank you very much, sir. We'll continue to monitor that park, due to the influx over there. But thank you very much, and I hope to the satisfaction of all your neighbors that called last month, we can continue to see that situation get better. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Would you like to make a comment?
Yes. My name is Carolyn Cariello. I live at 41 Dow Ave, right across the street from Jim, who just spoke, and just 2 houses down from the unofficial entrance to Dutch Neck. And I've been maintaining that trail for 30 years and can't do it anymore. There's just way too much litter back in there. Jim's right, it has improved, and I want to thank you guys for your help in doing that, and also thank the Middletown Police. And with all the, I know it's been crazy, but they've responded to all of our calls, and it's always a great source of comfort to know that they're there. Jim's right, we have seen less vandalism, less theft, but there is a ways to go still. There are a lot of kids still going down in there. You did cut down the 1 tree, but there is still another tree. The bigger, stronger of the 2 trees is still standing, and the rope swing that they have added to that is a sturdy, substantial one. So as this new influx of kids are coming along, they're going to be putting it up on all sorts of social media, and pretty soon we're going to be back to where we started from, with the influx of, I call it the herd of teenagers coming through here. They're still, racing their engines as if to taunt us. They're still speeding down the street during the day, which Jim usually doesn't see because he works 6 days a week. They're still going down one of the neighbors' driveways thinking that that's the entrance to the park. So that tells you that there's still a lot of new kids coming in that have seen it on social media, and so they're still coming through. So I just was wondering, what is the plan? I know you said that you're going to cut down that other rope swing. Is the tree going to go? What is the plan, and what's the time frame with that?
Whether or not we cut down the tree is a discussion that we'll have to have. As I said, that we have cut down that rope swing several times now. Our police chief Craig Weber is not here tonight, but I'm happy to have him give you a call if you'd like, or if you want to reach out to him, I can tell him to expect your call. And he can go into detail about some of the police actions that they've taken. I know that he has had a few extra officers definitely ensure through both the unofficial and the official entrance of that park. He's had them monitor that, and we were just talking about it because I was when I was in Ideal Beach, as I mentioned, I was having him pull one guy from River Plaza over to Ideal Beach to help us close down the beach yesterday. It is something that will continue to ramp up and continue, but at the same time, continue to monitor to see what type of traffic we're getting in there. Tony, you want to add something?
Yeah, one thing we're thinking about doing long term is closing that pathway that I guess it's right next to your house.
It's 2 houses down.
Okay, it's right next to somebody's driveway. Because the problem is from the parking lot for Dutch Neck, which is on Schultz, you can't physically get through anymore. The trail has overgrown. So
Correct.
what we're looking at doing is reopening that trail so that there's no reason not to park at Schultz. And then when we do that, we'll close that entryway from Dow, where Dow and Meadow meet. That way, nobody should be going in at that point anymore.
Okay. I guess you're aware too that it's become a drug drop-off place where kids will come up in the middle of the night, and one car will drive up, they'll disappear into the woods for about 5 minutes and then leave, come back up and leave, and then a second car will come along a few minutes later, will go down into the woods, and they'll come back out and leave. So it looks to me like it's becoming a drug drop-off.
Yeah, odds are that the police are aware of that. They usually monitor those things undercover for a long period of time. It takes a long time to build a case for that sort of thing. But I'm pretty sure if you talk to the chief, he'd tell you they're aware of that activity and they're monitoring it. There comes a point at which they can start making arrests, but it's the way things go these days. It takes a lot of evidence to make arrests nowadays.
Correct.
And as I mentioned, I'm happy to have Chief Weber reach out to you tomorrow and explain some of the other items that we haven't mentioned here, if that's okay.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to use the email that I've provided, or?
If you'd like, if you can, I'll give you my email address, and if you just want to send me your contact information, I'm happy to forward it to the chief.
Okay.
So my email is just tperry, Perry.
Wait a second. Okay,
No
T
problem.
Perry.
Yep. T is in Tony, Perry at middletownmj.org.
At what, MJ?
Middletownmj.org.
Okay.
All right, and I'll forward your email off to the chief.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Thank you for your comments.
All right, thank you.
Have a good night.
Thanks, you too.
Would you like to make a comment?
Ow.
A comment?
Ms. Isaacson, would you like to make a comment? No, she dropped off.
Would you like to make a comment?
Yes, I would. Hi, my name is Diane Watkins. I live at 37 Dow Avenue, next door to Carolyn, across the street from Jim. And I want to thank also all the officers who came down, especially during that really heavy trafficy time and a few times afterwards. I know I called once, June 29th, I think I was the date, and there was some activity out front. I could tell you the story. There's kids sitting on the car. my husband and I are going out. They're talking to us as if it's okay for them to be, like 10 feet from our front door. And they're waiting for this other guy who, it's obviously, a connection. They have something wrapped in a towel. The police come, they move it to the other car. That guy leaves. They're waiting for him to come back from Wawa. All this stuff going on, and just idling cars, waiting for the next group of cars to come. I just want to just say that again, because it has been quiet, or much more quiet, but I think that's due a lot to green flies. I have to tell you, it's pretty bad down there because we go down there. And the solution, as we see it, is that, there needs to be an amendment to the municipal ordinance so that if signage is put up, because we heard one of our neighbors was talking that signage is supposed to be put up at that entrance, directing them to Schultz, to the entrance to Schultz, and so that the officers that do come have some power. They can give a ticket and some penalty and enforce it, because right now the cops will come, and tell the kids, they don't usually say anything. Sometimes they'll say you can't be here or whatever. The kids just come right back. They're parking all over the place. They're not parking on Dow. They're walking down the street. It's not as heavy as it was, yes, but I anticipate that it will get heavy again. I can't tell you why. They're busy, they're at the beach, I don't know. But I don't think the problem is solved. I think it's ineffective, to use the police, who have been fabulous, and to come down here and not to be able to have any power, to give a ticket or to, say, hey, this isn't where you can go in. You can't go in. They'll walk right past the police with their cell phones. They've done it. You can ask your officers. And
yeah, I'll look into the signage for the unofficial entrance.
Yeah.
I'll take a look into that for you. I can assure you that there's no let up when it comes to the police's enforcement. Obviously, this is an issue.
Sure.
I'm glad to hear, and the chief did tell me actually just yesterday that the situation was getting better. Again, none of us, have seen this before, simply because, a lot of these kids don't have anything to do, because a lot of the places that they would normally go are closed. So they're finding other ways to, do whatever it is, that they do on a day-to-day basis. But we'll continue to look into that, no question, and continue to monitor that situation.
And an amendment to the municipal ordinance is what's needed. Thank you very much, Mayor, and thank all of you.
Thank you.
Would you like to make a comment?
Yes, I would. My name's Don Watson. I live at 1 Collinson Drive. And, excuse me?
Hey, Don.
I said the man who needs no introduction.
Yeah.
Tony is very hard to, Tony Mercantante is very hard to understand.
Don, he said that you're the man who needs no introduction, because your intro is everybody knows your intro, no question about it.
Well, it's required. That's the rules.
So the man who needs no introduction, Mr. Don Watson.
You got no way to counter that. Anyway, listening to some of these people over by Dutch Neck, I think what we should do is get the clean communities in there to pick up some of that litter to make it look like it's not a path. The branch that the tree swing is hanging from, just cut that branch off. You don't have to cut the whole tree down. If there's no branches extending over the water, what are they going to tie a rope to?
Well, they did that, and they tied it to another one. Yeah, we'll probably have to trim some more branches off the tree. It's the second tree now that they're getting. It's a different one than the first time.
Right.
And Don, we did have clean communities out there to go through it, but we'll continue to have them go out there.
Yeah, according to one woman, they forgot to pick up the litter.
Yeah.
Anyway, switching topics a little bit, closing the beach at 8 o'clock, does that apply to Bayshore Waterfront Park also?
No, we don't have the authority to do that, given that that's a county facility.
Okay, and I'm glad to see that you guys are beginning work over at the municipal center there. I see that Johnson Gill has been taken down,
Yeah.
and, which is very good. It's a good start.
Yeah,
And
planning office comes down this week.
excellent. The groundbreaking over at Nut Swamp, I saw that in the Middletown Minutes, I guess. You guys posted a picture, and the pile of mulch you guys are shoveling over there looks like the exact same pile of mulch you used at Town Hall to break the ground for the municipal center.
It is,
you guys,
John, I recycle. You know me. I'm a big.
Well, I was hoping you were. I was hoping you were, because that'll, save the taxpayers a little bit of money from buying mulch for different venues.
I recycled it. I gotta be an environmental champion.
Yeah, I'm sure you probably raked it up from underneath the bushes and brought it over there. Anyway, also I've been monitoring the COVID cases in Middletown, and the number keeps going up. It would be great to go out and eat dinner at a restaurant, but now we're up to 785 total cases in Middletown. And it seems like there's 1 or 2 people at least every day testing positive in Middletown. So I think we should still be a little cautious about social distancing, wearing masks, and spacing out in the restaurants.
Yeah, I think, the restaurants that are doing outdoor dining, I know I was eating at Nana's Kitchen the other day. I said Anna's, and it used to be Anna's, but now it's Nana's. And I got to give William a shout out over at Nana's Kitchen. He opened up and has done an incredible job, and with the area that he's got a beautiful tent. So I encourage everybody to go out there and support a great Middletown restaurant. Nana's Kitchen, right. Did a great job.
Cool.
All the waiters and wait staff and everybody had masks on. He was doing a great job. Yep.
Yep, very good. That's about all I can think of right now. I don't want to keep you guys too much longer. We're almost running on a half an hour here. So that's about all I got for tonight. Thank you.
All right, Don. Thanks. Have a great day, all right?
Yes, sir. You too.
Thank you.
Would you like to make a comment?
Yes, I would. Hello?
Yes, you can state your name and address.
Yes, hi, my name is Donald Huber. I live at 45 Dow Avenue. My comment, I also am a neighbor of the other people that spoke. I'm happy to hear that this unofficial entrance will be closed off. So is that my understanding? That is going to be the plan of action?
Yes, once we make the park accessible from Schultz, as I said before, the access from Schultz is partially overgrown, so we have to reopen that. Once we do that, and it should be soon, in the next couple weeks.
Oh, great. And, in the interim, who is going to be monitoring what is going on in this park? Because the illegal activity that is going on daily in the park, to me, there is no repercussions for this happening.
Well, the police are responsible for ensuring that people are practicing legal activities. Obviously the Middletown Police Department can't be in every corner, every inch of the 42 square miles of our town at every moment. I would encourage anybody that does see that illegal activity, and I'm sure many of your neighbors, Jim, Diane, everybody that lives over there that is on the call has reported it. But I would encourage you to, if you do see something like, something illegal occurring, please do not hesitate to call the non-emergency number of the police department.
Well, I agree with you, but the illegal activity is happening within the park. So that is why it is such a popular area for the kids to go to, because no one goes further and deep into the park where the makeshift forts and the fire pits and the rope swing and the toilet paper hanging from the trees and the excessive garbage and the damage, the excessive damage that has happened within that area. So that's the activity I'm talking about. And I am wondering who is going to be monitoring the interior of the park?
The police department. The police department has been going into the park. Officers have been going into the park, physically into the park.
On what schedule are they doing that? Daily, weekly?
I would say I'm not going to comment on when and how often. I can tell you that they do because I see the reports. But publicly saying that out loud would only then alert anyone that goes to this facility when and when not to conduct illegal activity.
Okay, all right. Well, that's good. And what is the schedule for the cleanup of all of the damage and the excessive garbage? And when is that going to be remedied?
Yeah, Tony Mercantante and I will discuss that with Amy Sarah Nicolau and the Clean Communities group to go in and figure out some type of schedule that we might be able to create to make that happen.
Oh, wonderful. Because, as of today, because I was home all day today, there were 11 vehicles today in the course of from 10 o'clock this morning till, I'd say 3:30 this afternoon. Of those vehicles, 4 of them left their trash on the side of the street, in the street, on the curbs. So I'm really getting tired of having to clean up people's littering on the street I live on. So I'm happy to hear that this entrance is definitely going to be closed because, in all honesty, it's not very happy to be, I'm not very happy.
Understood, and that's why we shifted the resources that we did for the police department, and we'll continue to shift DPW resources and clean community resources to address that very situation.
Well, I will hold you at your word, and I thank you and the council and the police department for all your continued efforts.
Thank you very much, sir. Have a great day. Thank you for your comments.
My pleasure.
Would you like to make a comment?
I have no comments, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Would you like to make a comment? Would you like to make a comment?
Sir, would you like to make a, no? Okay.
Would you like to make a comment?
Would you like to make, okay. Sorry.
Would you like to make a comment?
Was it me twice? I think it actually went back to me, but I have no comment.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's it?
Yep.
All right. Seeing no other member of the public, I move to close the public portion and adjourn.
Second.
Committeeman Hybel.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Committeewoman Snell.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fiore.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes, have a great night, everybody. Thank you.